Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome to the day number 20. And in this session, we are going to discuss about the revision. Like basically, we are going to do the division in this session. So keep your chat box open and give me the answer which I am going to ask you. Or even if you want, you can unmute yourself. We can have the interactive session, some 10-15 minutes, and then we can wrap up this class. Okay. So first you raise your hand, let it be interactive. So when you want to give the answer, raise your hand and I will unmute you, so that background noise and at the same time many people will not come. Okay, so the very first question, who will give the answer? What is the difference between abstract class and interface? Abstract class and interface. Oscar. Okay.
Hello, Prakash. The
Yeah.
abstract class, we use this where we are going to define the objects in the real world in a general way. The example is the animal world, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the abstract class. And the interfaces is used in order to help us to handle some situation that we are not going to define some specific class. The interfaces help us to use some specific method.
Okay. Thanks for giving the answer. Prabhakar, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hi Pankaj. So in the abstract class, we have both type of methods, right? So we can have abstract methods which we cannot implement in the abstract class, and we have some methods which we can implement in that abstract class itself. Okay, so we cannot instantiate the abstract class. This is for sure. And to in the implemented means in the child class, we can implement the abstract methods as well as we can redefine the implemented method which is in the abstract class. But in the interfaces, we only have definitions. We don't have any implementation. We use interface as an tool to which we use as for a template. We use that interface in different classes, and which is a very powerful tool for implementing various design patterns and using the power of inheritance. So this is the main difference, I think.
Good. Thank you, both of you, for giving the answer. So abstract class we use where we know some of the implementation already and some of the implementation we don't know. Like some of the functionality we know already in advance and some of the functionality we don't know at all. This is where the abstract class. Interface, we don't know at all the functionality. We are just empty about the functionality. So this is the main difference. And the similarity, both abstract class and interface cannot be instantiated. So this is the similarity. Another question. Object-oriented ABAP supports what kind of polymorphism? Overriding or overloading or both? Who will give this answer? Object-oriented ABAP supports what kind of polymorphism? Overriding, overloading, or both? Yeah, Oscar. I have unmuted you, Oscar. You can just
Overriding.
go ahead. Yeah. Overriding. It does not support overloading, right?
Yes,
it does not support overloading. So here we are having many people. At least you type over here in the chat box. Very good. Thank you. Overriding. It does not support overloading. It supports overriding. Okay. So right, you have to keep on writing the answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can we use the instance component inside the static component? Can we use instance component inside the static component? Very good. No, not possible. Other way around. can we use a static component inside the instance component?
Yes.
Very good. Yes, we can use. Awesome. Now, tell me, the singleton class. What is singleton class? I'm giving you the option. The first option, singleton class will always create the single object. Second option, singleton class will always create more than one object, one or two. Okay,
One.
very good.
Option
It
one.
will always create the single object. It is,
Yes.
it will, yeah, very good. It will always create the single object. Any two property of object oriented ABAP you have to tell. Any two property. Just to type here in the chat box. Or if you want to, yeah, Oscar, you can tell.
Hiding, encapsulation, data hiding.
Very good. Polymorphism and inheritance, right? Very good. Data hiding. So, awesome. Nice. Now, static attributes will share the share memory, or a static attribute is going to have its own memory. So my question over here, let's suppose if you have a static attribute. So a static attribute is going to share the same memory, or it is going to have the different memory, right? So
That
just
is the memory. Oh, only one.
shared memory, right? It is going to have only one memory, shared memory.
Yeah.
All the static attribute will share the same memory, the single memory. Very good.
Yeah.
Nice. And now the other question over here, what do you understand from the final keyword? What do you understand from the final keyword?
The class cannot be inherited.
Yeah, very good. It cannot be inherited. Thank you, Ajay. Thank you, Venkat. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Ejidin. Very good. So it cannot be inherited, right? Instance method, static method we have seen. Okay. This is how we can declare, right? And final keyword. Okay. Let's suppose if you want to register all the instances with a method handler, then which keyword we are going to use? If
For
you
all
want,
instance.
yeah, for all instances. And if you want to deregister, then what you are going to do? If you want to deregister a event, then activation space, right? Activation space at last we have to give. Super. Now, utility class generally uses what kind of methods? Instance method or a static method? If you have, yeah, a static method. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. And what kind of inheritance is supported by ABAP? Object oriented ABAP. What kind? Okay. And what kind of inheritance is not supported by object oriented ABAP?
Multiple.
Multiple inheritance is not supported by object oriented ABAP. What is, yeah,
right?
how we can achieve the multiple inheritance? What is the workaround using the interface? Simply you have to give the answer interface. Okay, very good. Now constructor hierarchy. Okay, constructor hierarchy. So we have discussed about the constructor hierarchy over here. Okay, So what I'm going to do, um, yeah, here you have to tell me, you have the constructor 1, 2, and 3, right?
Mhm.
So in this case, if you are going to create the object of ZCL underscore plant, ZCL underscore plant is inheriting from ZCL underscore material. Okay. And you want like, so in this case, if we're going to access this ZCL underscore plant, how your constructor hierarchy is going to be there? You know, class
First,
constructor, just, yeah, forget this one here, start from
first,
here you, yeah, here in this constructor you have, in this class constructor you have, and here you have the constructor. So which one is going to get first,
class
right?
constructor, number 2.
So just type the sequence, constructor hierarchy sequence you have to type, right?
2, 3, 1.
Like Eric has given 2 3 1, right? So 2 3 1 2 3
Yeah.
1. Very good. 2 3 1. Super. So first the class constructor, then the constructor, and then this constructor. Awesome. So 2 3 1. Fine. So let's go to some another question. Polymorphism, local class, load. Okay. We have the load keyword, a deferred keyword, right? When we use the deferred keyword, if anyone can unmute yourself and tell me when we are going to use the deferred keyword.
Deferred is used when we are going to define the or implement the class in any part of the program.
Yeah. So if a class is going to be defined later and we
Yeah.
have to use right away, then we can use the default keyword. So we just tell to the system that this class will be defined later. Don't worry. Don't give the syntax error. Okay. Load keyword has been obsolete, by the way, right? Earlier we used to use in order to access the component of global class. Now you don't have to bother. Okay. Now you don't have to bother. So let's leave this. Polymorphism. What are the two important pillar in object oriented ABAP for polymorphism? Means two important object you have to tell. We have here the class, interface, right? Abstract class, then different object, right? So two important pillar you have to tell: interface and abstract class, right? You can interface and abstract class are the two important pillar of the you know achieving the polymorphism. Okay, to achieve the polymorphism. Custom exception, cleanup block, and resumable exception. Okay, so custom exception, what are the different types of custom exception we can have, right? We can create. There are two types: OTR based and message class based. There are two types of custom exception which we can create. Another question: can you use the cleanup block outside of try and catch block? Will it work? Yes or no? No, it will not work, right? You have to use inside the, right? Resumable exception. What is the keyword to use the resumable exception? Which keyword we use? You know, in order to achieve the resumable exception, right? Do you remember? We have the keyword over here. We have written. Okay. That keyword catch before wind, right? Catch before wind is the keyword for the resumable exception. Okay, catch before wind, try, catch before wind, and resume. All these three set we use the okay. Now, important question. Who will define the narrow casting? First, define the narrow casting. Narrow casting. Just define the narrow casting. Very good. Child to parent. Other people? Narrow casting. Bigger perspective to narrower perspective. Wider perspective to narrower perspective. Child to parent. Very good. Subclass to superclass. Object of subclass to the reference of superclass is known as narrow casting. What is wide casting? What is wide casting? What is the prerequisite of having the wide casting? Can you do wide casting directly? Not possible, right? Directly wide casting is not possible. Very good, not possible. What we have to perform first? Yes, first we have to perform narrow casting, and then only wide casting is possible. Another question. If you don't perform the narrow casting first and directly use the wide casting, which exception you can expect? Which exception you can expect? CX, psi, CX, psi, move cast, error, right? CX, psi, move cast, error. We have written somewhere. That exception, this one, CX, psi, move cast error. This is the exception, you know. Yeah, very good. Move cast error. Move cast error. CX, psi. This. All the exception starts with which particular, you know, character. Yeah, CX. Prefix. CX underscore is the prefix through which is going to be a start all the exception class. What is the root class for all the exception class? What is the root class for? Very good. CX underscore root. Awesome. Right? What is the what is the main class for all the classes? Like for CX underscore root is also CX underscore root is the root of all the exception class. Now my question is, which is, yeah, object class. Object class is root of all type of classes. Object is the root of all the classes. Okay, not CX underscore object. Object, only object. Okay, Lakshmi, only object. Okay, now activation space we have seen. Factory design pattern, events. Okay, events registration, fine. This also is done. Event handler. Design pattern. So there are three types of design pattern, right? Creational, structural, and singleton comes under singleton, factory and all comes under the creational. Singleton, single instance, right? This we have discussed. UML diagram, right? Association, this is fine. Dependency. Facade. One example of facade, anyone? One example of facade. Google.com, right? One example of facade. BAPI. Yeah, very good. BAPI. One example of facade, BAPI. Google.com, Bing.com. One example of singleton class. Any one example of singleton class which we have discussed in our class? Logger class. Yes, logger class. Logger class is one example. Okay. In ALV object model, which class we use to display the ALV? In ALV object model, which class we use in order to display the ALV? In ALV object model, which class? CL salvi table. Very good. If you want to make a complete field content editable in ALV, how you can do? If you want to make a complete all the field, means let's suppose Matner, MTAT and MATKL, 3 fields are there. I want to make editable all the Matner record. Complete Matner field, I want to make it editable. How you can do? I want to make it editable. Edit equal to X, right? In the field catalog. So layout label, if you are going to set edit, it will make the complete ALV editable. But if you want to set a single field editable, you can use the what? Field catalog -edit for that particular field as above true, right? So this is what. Let's suppose if you have to make editable, if you have to make a cell colorful, a single cell based upon some condition, how you can do, right? How you can do? LVC underscore T underscore SCOL. Very good, Venkat. Awesome. LVC underscore T underscore SCOL, right? And if you want to put some style for a single cell based upon some condition, then what you are going to use? Which table type you are going to use? This is the one you have done for the color. For the style, what is that? For the style, LVC underscore T underscore style. Good, very good. So just in the structure, you have to add these fields and we have to populate, right? Fine. So I'm done with the questions and you understood the concept well, and I think I'm very happy that you were able to revise the concept also. These are the important questions which they ask in the interview. The important thing is that your concept should be clear. You will be able to remember for longer. Okay. And you have to keep on practicing. Yeah, Madhu, you can go ahead and anyone can ask any question. Your line is unmuted now.
Yeah, so remember a couple of days ago, I was trying to ask you a question and I had jumped between the meetings. I could not complete it.
Yeah, so if you can share your screen,
Yeah,
you were telling that I'm just making a host. Just a second. Madhu, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, just a second, Madhu. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot access the system, but I have the document ready to show you what I was asking.
Sure. Yeah. So do you want me to stop the recording if some sensitive document or something like that? Please let me know.
Yeah, that is fine. I mean, I don't.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I made
Fine,
sure
then.
nothing is visible there. So if people are interested to know, that is okay.
Okay. Fine then. Thank you. Yeah.
So let me enlarge. Hope I think you're seeing my wrong screen. Are you able to see my Word document?
I'm able to see your calendar actually.
Calendar, is it? Okay.
Or your email.
I need to say second screen. Okay, got it. Yeah. Can you see my Word document?
Yes. Now I'm able to see.
Right. Okay, so this is a mass code create program. Okay, wherein they are using this custom program, and then they pass it to a BAPI, right? Using basically to these are huge products wherein it's a missionary kind of a stuff. So once in a while they get the order, right? They need the same configurations. They do that kind of stuff here. So they want to copy all those previous order as is. So this is used for mask creation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you see, they are calling a utility class, right? Wherein they are setting the attributes with a delivery date and other stuff.
Right. Yes.
So if you see, it's a custom program here, and then you have the BAPI call, right? Okay. And as we know, the BAPI will definitely call certain user exits and other stuff, right? In the backend.
Some enhancement it can call, yes.
Yes, right. So if you see, I think this triggers this user exit.
Okay.
B45, right? And in this here they are mentioning if program name, right? So this is the same program that I showed you.
Right. Yes.
Right. So basically they are setting the value. This is coming from a selection screen here, passing through this, right? From this assignment.
Right.
Using that utility, and here within this user exit, if that is the program, they're setting the VBAK date to this delivery date, right?
Right.
So my question here is, and if I look at this utility, right? This utility has nothing but attributes, nothing else, right?
Right.
Only the attributes here, right? Nothing else. So they're using this here, right? Now I know they could have achieved this by using import and export parameter too, right? I could have done import and export parameter, right? Because big call here. So
but export parameter in BAPI, how we will do? How you will put your export parameter in BAPI?
No. What I mean to say is export to memory and import to memory.
By that
memory
way, second.
Memory, right?
Yeah.
Just that it doesn't recommend it anymore, import export memory.
Yeah, that is obsolete.
It is a memory export, right?
So that is obsolete, right? Export
like
to
kind
memory.
of, it's kind of obsolete. They don't recommend it anymore.
But still it is working, right?
Still it's working. You can use that one also. There is no problem. If you
So my question is these attributes working the same way, that same memory is being utilized here?
Yes. Because see, they are using the static component, just they are using that class in order to access the value, right? So they are
looks
setting
like a hard-coded value, right? This looks like a hard code in at least.
Yeah, no, not hard-coded. They're dynamically passing the date here, right? See, when they're creating this code, the code has a new requested delivery date, right? So they're passing the new requested delivery date here. And because they cannot pass that in this BAPI directly, right? Wherever that BAPI is, right here, that requested delivery date cannot go there because it's just previous document, the document type they are passing, right?
Right.
It's a reference document is what they're sending, right? Because it's a copy mapping, right?
Yes.
So for them to adjust the requested delivery date, this is what they do. In the user exit, they are using it here. So I was not aware that normally if you're calling from certain custom program, the same memory will be available in this.
Like this we can see because they are setting over there, right? That value.
But if you're doing it in a loop, or if you're, say for example, multiple users running parallel, how would the system know which value is it?
Session. That's where the session comes into picture. Program session.
Yes.
Yeah.
But where did they instantiate, like in this case?
What is that?
That particular
A
class.
static is there, right? This is a static attribute.
Yes,
These are all attributes, static attributes.
Okay.
But in this case, they cannot use
passed in the BAPI, right? In this case,
they cannot. Technically speaking, they should have enhanced the BAPI import export, like using the customer enhancement.
Enhancement is an issue, right? Whenever you do S4 migration, you get into a lot of OSS nodes and other stuff to overwrite and all, right? That's why to avoid that, they have used this.
This is simple, no? For that stuff, if you do the enhancement, like that is not good.
They're utilizing this user exit, so they don't need to worry about it for during upgrades, right? So
enhancement we have to go only if there is no other way, right?
No, this is not enhancement. They did an enhancement. If you see, this is an enhancement user exit.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
I'm
yes.
saying,
Mhm.
BAPI structure you can enhance, which is custom includes. You can pass your custom parameters, right? Like
Yeah, but
additional parameters.
for this stuff,
This,
you can do
yeah.
that. There is fine, like you can perform the extension.
Yeah,
There
that
is,
would have been.
yeah, we can do that. See, one requirement can be achieved in a different way, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So export memory, as Madhu is telling, using the export memory also we can do. Using this stuff also we can do, right? Other thing, like in this program itself, we can create the global variable. Why to create this export parameter? And if we use the global variable, but the global variable will not go inside this BAPI, so
Correct.
that's the
That's why.
class, right? So
Yeah.
class attribute is fine. Global variable will not work in this case. So
Yeah,
we
the
have to,
challenge with
right.
enhancing this BAPI would be
Mm,
one, it is
mm,
easy to add this here, but find the
mm,
location where you have to pass that will be the
mm.
problem. Here, what is
Right,
happening is
right.
just before the save, this kicks in, so they are changing that
Mm,
value.
right. True. This is the simple thing. Like instead of doing the enhancement, we can do the enhancement, but again for that we have to enhance the table. We have to pass the extension parameter. These two stuff we have to do. This is the good one. Like we can use. I have also seen at many places that people were using such kind of without having any methods, but just to access the attributes, they are using the class and attributes only.
Yeah. So my question was on that day, I got confused. I was looking at this and no methods were there. That's why I was confused. What happened to this? Why I'm not able to navigate? So, but when I later on realized, looked at deep after our sessions, then I understood what was happening here.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. It is a
Yeah.
good. So this is one
Good.
utility class example, right? So see here, this is one utility class example. This is how we can use. And if you, let's suppose you have to access some HCF, hard coding framework, or let's suppose if you require every time some same set of data, right? Just a same chunk of code you have to execute without instantiating the object, right? So you can use in that case also the utility class, right? The static method you can define and you can, please tell me.
Question here.
That's all I had.
Pankaj, I have a question here, but this class is not passed to the BAPI, right? So how it's accessible to the program?
So a static attribute we are
the
using,
user,
right? We are using the static attribute and it's public, right? If you can you show Venkat, it's public and static.
So here we are passing that value, right?
Right.
Yeah. So since it is in this session, right, in this program, you're executing as part of this. So when you're calling the BAPI, it is also part of that memory itself, right? That page memory, it will be there. And that's why it is, I think, when it runs to this, through this, it calls this user exit. And in the user exit, they're calling it back, right? They're setting the value. Because this one, here is where they're setting the value to it, right? They're giving the delivery, requested delivery. So here they're fetching that and passing it to this.
You got it, Hitesh?
Yeah, I'll try it myself and then.
So this is actually
class is just a simple class, right? It's not like a public.
This is all you have. This
see
is
here,
the class.
it
Nothing
is a
else.
static
No code,
and public. You can see that all the attributes are static and public. So once you set the value, you can access anywhere, right? In the BAPI, in user exit, customer exit, anywhere, right?
Yeah.
In the
You
same
go
session.
to any of these tabs, there will be nothing there except this. That's why I just put that screenshot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I have a question like when I'm debugging some standard component, right? There's a assign component, then the assignment indicator with a star. What does it mean? Like when you have this star, does it mean all fields of
dereferencing? That's the meaning of dereference. Okay.
Dereference, sorry, can you explain it a little bit more?
Okay, just a second. Can you make me host once again? Madhu, can you please just a second? Okay. So
Sorry, I made you host. Pankaj.
yeah, I got it now. Yeah, thank you. You can also see it over here. Dynamic internal table, one video I have created. This one. You just go through this video. I will just try to make you explain quickly over here. And dereferencing means for example, let's suppose you have one you have one internal table like this. You don't know the structure of internal table, right? So type ref to a data and create data it_tab type table of p_tab, something like that. it_tab is your generic data reference, and you are creating the internal table and parameters p_tab type a string, let's suppose. So here, in order to access the content of this internal table, you would require one field symbols. Fs type any table and assign this is your data object, right? You will have to dereference it. This is one you were talking about, right, Santosh?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So here, because directly will not be able to use this as what actually I'm doing, I'm creating this as an internal table. Create data. This is an internal table, and that internal table we are accessing through the field symbol. So this now you can use select a star up to 5 rows into table fs.
So basically, it's like a read statement, a loop statement with the first key. Does it read first key in here, or it's also table?
Which one?
Both are tables here, right? What is the purpose of doing this?
Which both are tables?
Like it_tab and fs both are table, right?
See here, purpose is like let's suppose I want to fetch the data. So if you go through that video, you will be able to understand in a better way. Okay, let me try to
Yeah.
make it explain. So if you can see that Mara I'm able to give, right, dynamically.
Mhm.
So let's suppose you have to fetch the data from the different table. So see the from Mara table, I'm getting the data here, the 5 records, right? Similarly, like if you have to fetch the data from EKKO table, to hold the data, you will require the internal table type table of same table, correct?
Yep.
How we will do the dynamically, right? You don't know what
Mhm.
type of table you are going to pass from the selection screen, correct?
Yeah.
So dynamically you have to create the internal table so that you can use the internal table over here. So how you can use the internal table? See here, I'm dynamically passing the reference. So P underscore tab is EKKO and IT underscore tab is the reference created over here. You can see that the reference variable, referenced object, right? You double click over here and come over here for EKKO. This is the EKKO structure, right?
Mhm.
So put the breakpoint here and then I will show you. Give over here maybe Marcy. I'll run this one. So to get the data from Marcy, you should have the internal table of type table of Marcy, right?
Right.
So see, internal table I'm creating, type table of Marcy, F6, IT tab, you can see that. So you got created the referenced data object, and in order to dereference it, we use this particular symbol. And if you press enter, you can see that it is coming into the internal table because you have dereferenced now. So when you dereference, where you will get the value, you should require to have a field symbol. That's where I'm using the field symbol and dereferencing it and assigning to this field symbol so that I can use the field symbol. Directly this you will not be able to use it over here. Okay, it will give you the error. Okay, so dereferencing purpose. This is meaning dereferencing. Meaning of this is dereferencing. You got some idea?
Okay. Yeah, I will have to do more analysis now.
Just to do some analysis. This is the dereference operator. This is known as the dereferencing operator. So this is the referenced object. Referenced object you have to dereference is in order to access its content. Okay. So
Pankaj.
mm,
Pankaj, sorry, today I joined 10 minutes late. You were saying that you are going to share a couple of videos and the interview questions videos. Did you said in the beginning or?
yeah, I will share those videos.
Okay.
I will get some time and share. As of now, what you can do if you want to go ahead here, you just search ABAP ritual. Oops. ABAP by Pankaj. ABAP ritual. Oops. ABAP playlist by Pankaj. Go through the playlist. That will be very helpful. So this one, the 10 videos you are having, ABAP ritual, oops, ABAP interview questions and answer. I will just put it over here. You can directly access, and I will share from my LMS also. Just give me some time.
Okay.
And meanwhile, you can go through this. On YouTube also, I have put it over here, but all the content is not free. Some of the content will be paid. By the time I will be sharing with you, that from the LMS. So from there, then you can go and start watching.
Pankaj, you will be sharing the design pattern.
Yeah, I will share that. Yes, I will share that one.
Until what time the system access will be there?
28th February, I think. Yes.
28th February.
15, 17 days more. This month, up to this month, it will be there.
Okay.
Fine
near
then.
time, if you are having anything to discuss with you, can we call you? You are available, or I mean, I'll not disturb you, but still.
Okay, yeah, you can put the question. You can send me the email.
Okay.
Okay. You can send on this pankajkumaram@gmail.com.
It's Pankaj Kumar or Pankaj J Kumar?
Sorry, Pankaj Kumaram. Pankaj. Here you can send me. Or this is also fine. This email is also fine. Here also you can send me.
Okay.
Okay. Fine then. So thank you very much for attending this session, and give the feedback so that
Definitely,
it will be,
definitely.
yeah.
It was really awesome session, Pankaj.
Thank you very much.
Whatever you said, you delivered. Yeah.
We'll be following your courses.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good luck to everyone. Good luck to everyone in this
Thank you.
adventure.
Thank you.
Pankaj, I don't have access to system. Can I get the programs? Actually, I need that 16 and 17 program number 16 and 17.
Okay, what I will do, I will copy all this program, and I will put on the LMS. Okay, and those who is having already the system access, you will be able to access from directly here, the same and those who is not having the access, you can directly get it from the LMS. So LMS access, everyone, SAP ad will be sharing with you the program. Like if you need, you can just let them know that you need the program. But I think you have the who is most of you are having the system access, and you can get it the program. Okay, from there.
Thanks, Pankaj. We'll
Yeah,
catch
thank you,
up some
Oscar. You
information.
can ask with SAP Yard for the certificate, and they will be able to provide you. So here, actually, we are here I'm from SAP Take Me DG and SAP Yard. We are just collaborating. So some of my student is from my side, and most of the student from the SAP Yard side. So the one who is from the SAP Yard, you please go and ask about the system access. Certificate. They will be able to provide, because they are registered and well known, so they will be able to provide you all the whatever certificate and all if you want. I think they will be, I'm not sure, so you can just check with them. Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah,
Pankaj, for everything.
Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, Pankaj.
Thank you.